and that through their own dissolution into this light, their own union, it lifts up the group consciousness. We want to talk now about some of this spiritual weirdness. So it's something that I've heard for many years now, and I've read about, that there are ascetics who seclude themselves and spend time merging with the highest states of spirit that they're able to attain, and continuing that process, and that through their own dissolution into this light, their own union, it lifts up the group consciousness, it raises the group consciousness just a little more and a little more. And until recently, this seemed well and good. I was like, oh, yeah, I guess that makes sense. But the physical, the tangible reality of it hadn't revealed itself to me. And I was working with some evocational beings in relation to this type of stuff. And it started to come through in a very tangible way. And the energy, the light was so strong, so strong. There was this aspect of my mind, of my consciousness, that was just like, what do I do with this? I could work these individualistic type practices, build my clairvoyance, build my blah blah blah, my the individuality of it. But this particular relationship with light and the strength of it, it seemed like the only worthwhile thing to do, because the light was so strong. And worthwhile, I don't mean this coming from my own sense of decision making here. It was a type of decision or recognition that comes from beyond the self, and this type of unification. And so as I was sitting and exploring this light, releasing myself, this type of omnipresent effect starts to occur, where what is you, or what is me, I, expands more and more and more. And as that expansion is permeated with light, it is this perception of dissolving the confines, the membranes of the consciousness around us into greater and greater resonance with light. And this is very similar to when you are doing healing type work or spiritual attunements, where you feel into the densities of the student in front of you, and you just poke, prod a little bit, just pull these little plugs of resistance, allowing the light to fill and permeate those areas, and that lifts the student up. They begin to resonate in a more full way with that light, as their barriers to it are being dissolved, and then they're able to continue this on their own. So this is a unique shift, a definite turnaround in terms of my own practice. And when you look at how you are influencing and connecting with the world, and this particular practice, it's very interesting. And I find that being out in an environment like this, that is so purely pure, so purely pure, out in nature, that it brings this type of experience to the forefront, into the foreground, where you are more easily in union with your surroundings, because everything is interrelated here. The ecosystem is, everything is working with everything else. All the elements are flowing through in a very organic way. The barriers, the confines of perspective can start to soften out, soften off, feather off. And it's easier and easier to connect more fully, more holistically. And this is something that I will be exploring in my own practice, as it's presenting itself now as the thing to do. All right, thanks for your time. Hope you enjoyed this. Bye. Oh yeah, I always forget. Please subscribe, like, share with your friends, leave a comment. And if you're interested in further training on this front, there are courses on the website, and I'm also beginning to host webinars on many different topics as well coming up. The first time I remembered to say that. All right. Peace out.